So sadly it looks like it isn't going to be dry until either tomorrow or very late into today. So instead I'm going to move forward a little bit on the barrels that I'm going to be adding to around it. I did do another coat along the outside, but now I'm going to deal with this side by putting some rust on it. Now, I've never tried this for rust before, but that does look a lot like some very nice rust. It's Craft Essentials Glitter Acrylic Paint. Looks like orange. That's what it's supposed to be. But I really like the way it looks. I don't remember where I got it from. Must have got it on clearance because that's crossed out. Probably clearance. Oh, don't open it upside down, Joe. That's good. Spill all that paint out. Hello, my name is Joe, and I'm a professional. I do this for money. Okay. So we're going to paint our rust mostly along the bottom, like this. Because these buckets have been sitting on the ground for quite some time, so they're more rusted at the bottom. So we're basically just using the barrel to wipe the brush off and then setting it upside down to dry. Boop. Oh, so hard of a step, but it's going to help make our thing pop. And then hopefully we can get this hopefully we can get this done as it dries. There we go. Just using it to wipe off the brush, and that's going to cause it to be thicker on the bottom, and it should come out looking really nice. And I have the rust climbed up in some places, so it's a little bit higher than others. Because that's how it actually would be. You can probably hear a snow machine out in the background. Looks like it's our neighbors. Yay, another few inches of snow fell. So we went from almost no snow to back to about 1.5 feet. So I went from, yay, I can go out and play on the forge or make forge videos again, to, well, never mind. There. There are the buckets. Or the barrels, and they're not buckets. And we will wait for them to finish drying. There we go. Yep, that's going to take a little bit while to dry, longer to dry, sadly. I'm wondering, is it enough that I can paint on the rust still? I think I'm going to... doesn't really feel too damp. That could just be cold instead of damp. great. I'm not sure if it's just cold because it's been sitting next to an open window to get it to dry faster, or if it's still damp. I guess we could risk it, but then it'll bow up. Whoops. But I really want to paint the rust on. Well, here's Joe's mistake number 2. Instead of waiting longer for it to make sure that it's dry, I'm going to rust it up. Okay. Alright. Actually, I should use a different brush for putting the rust on. So I'm going to put you in there to dry. I'm going to take you out and use you to put on the rust. Because how we're going to put it on is we're going to dab. Especially near the dirt bottom, because that's actually a lot of the times where rust actually gathers, is where moisture gathers at the bottom. Makes sense? And we can get it a little bit in with the sand, because frankly rust is going to fall and join the sand. I think this is another one I'm actually going to pour into this. There we go. Yay, rust everywhere. Do 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 do. Do do do, putting on the rust. If you're blue and you don't know what to do, then do what you do. Putting on the rust. Putting on the rust. Trying hard to look like I'm a super. Looking like the Raiders, kinda super. Super duper. If you're blue and you don't know where to go to, then do what to do. Putting on the rust. Putting on the rust. Looking like a super duper. Do 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 do. Do, 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 do. Then I think I'm going to put a black wash on afterwards to help darken out the rust a little bit. Maybe, I don't know. This actually looks kind of good. We'll see what happens when it's dry. Just kind of gonna rust it up. Super duper, and you don't know where to go to and go where it sits. Putting on the Ritz. Yep, that right there tells me it's not dry enough. Aha! It's already starting to bowl up. Well, let's go ahead and put these back on. And then if it, wrecks the paint job, then I'll just add some more rust to it. I have these out because I want to try and spread out the weight distribution as much as possible. And then push it down. There we go. Okay, now we wait longer for it to dry. Yay, waiting. Alright. So, this is 2 days later. See, because I started this on Sunday, and today is Tuesday morning. So, it should be all done. Yeah, so just a little bit of paint on them. Still usable for other projects. Alrighty then. Let's actually turn on. Oh! Hello, cat. Turn on the light and see if that helps any. I should bring up my lamp up here to get more light. I like how that rust turned out even. Okay, so I'm going to take these barrels and I'm going to glue them around the base, both inside, well, probably just inside. I might have should have used the glue gun, we'll see. So actually going to glue it to the cardboard paint as well. See if that kind of just helps attach them. Put this one here. Might actually be good to take some of this and just kind of, especially since it dries clear, just kind of pour some. There we go. I'll also get some globules and stuff, so it'll look like a bunch of buildup is there. Now all we gotta wait for that is to dry, but that shouldn't take too long to dry. Let's see, that's how the sand turns out. Still going to give it that clear coat paint, because even though I did a light brushing of glue on top, that clear coat spray will help keep the sand down as well. But that's basically done. We just got to wait for that to dry. Isn't that wonderful? Yeah. And then next I'll start on start painting the trees, and then I'll glue the sand onto the trees, and they'll be done. They look dry and ready to go. The glue does. Now, and then, so then our first two fallout projects will be done, and I might work, and then I've got some weights pressing down on the, oh, that's over here. I got some weights pressing down on the walls of the smithy, because I want to make sure that that is dry and won't curl up before I glue it to its base. And then I'll build the roof. Oh, then I'll build the one last wall, and then build the roof to go down. Or it might actually be smart to do the words. Nah, I'll build the building and then I'll start building the furniture. I'll have the roof so it can come off. I think that'll be a smart way to do the roof. Alright, so that'll take about an hour or so to dry. It's a lot of Elmer's glue, so it might take a little bit longer. But there's no water in it, so. But yeah, this is basically it. I'll give you, so this video is basically done. I'll give a peep at it when I do the tree video, or when I finish up the tree video. And I'll just give you a peep to see how the barrels looked when they were finished. But there is my little raider base. This nice little tiny building. Nice rust along the edges. I think it turned out really good. Should be really pretty. Go really nice. Need to finish making a dirt dust board though. I've got a felt cloth, but I don't have a dust cloth. So I might make a felt cloth that looks dusty to start putting the wasteland stuff on. Get a brown felt cloth and then mess with it to make it got some dirt on it. What I could also do, I think I actually will. I'm going to grab some, let's see, which flocking do I have that is most brown? Let's see, you are summer, you're green, spring, your foliage. I think you're the same stuff. You're Highland green. Highland might work. I'm gonna empty you two into each other because you're the same exact thing. And throw your glue. Oh, there's some glue that dried in here. So maybe that. What are you? I think you're just red dirt. Yep, you're red Martian dirt that I collected from some red sand. Your fall foliage. You'll work as well. Okay. So, just because I want to add a little bit more, this time I'm not going to water it down, but I'm going to put glue in here and then take my glue brush and spread it around. There you are, glue brush. Okay. Now I'm going to put this at the edges to make it look like, you know, the dirt is around, because they did a lot of movement, a lot of work there. Okay, so I'm going to take my Oh, this hasn't been opened before, that's why. There we go. Okay, I'm going to just take a few of these. And just kind of press them too. I'll set this to the side. Careful with it, because as you can tell, because of the little case, that's very expensive. I'm going to take a little of this, sprinkle it. Actually, I should sprinkle it over top so in case I spill. I've seen some videos on how to make your own flocking, but since I haven't made any of my own flocking yet, I'm not going to waste any. Okay, so there's that corner. Then I'll do the back here. Just trying to knock off all the extra. There we go. And then let's do this corner. Okay, there's that. Just spread that out and around. And then just knock off the extra. Okay, and then on the front here, I'm going to make a little path. actually going to bring it a little bit closer here as well on this corner. Okay, there's that. I'm just going to put one little bush, one little clump right there. And then again, you notice my love of Tupperware. There we go. That adds a little bit to it. Makes it look a little bit more real. And I gotta go wash it. Glue off that. Elmer's glue, it washes off pretty well, so I'm pretty glad.